Well, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome each and every one of you this morning to this joint press conference that I'm having with my good friend, Palm Beach County Mayor Dave Kerner. But don't tell anyone today's his birthday as well. So Mayor Kerner and I are here today to share some news that has the potential to shape the future of West Palm Beach, this county, and our region for generations. Before I go any further, we are joined here this morning by Kelly Smallridge, President and CEO of the Business Development Board of Palm Beach County. Kelly, welcome. And Dennis Grady, a recently retired CEO of the Chamber of Commerce of the Palm Beaches, and looks like retirement is treating you well, Dennis. But both have been instrumental in the exciting news we have to share this morning. At this time, I want to invite Mayor Kerner, who has been working tirelessly as a partner with me to bring you today's announcement. Mayor Kerner.
Thank you, Mayor James. It's an honor to be here with you today at this press conference. It's an honor to be in the City Hall of our county seat and capital city, the city of West Palm Beach, and our beloved Palm Beach County. We are here today to make some important announcements about efforts that Mayor Keith James and I have been working on for, I would say, the past 3 or 4 months. But some background to this effort between the mayor and I involves what I think is a paradigm shift in the economy and economic development of Palm Beach County, particularly the city of West Palm Beach. Our county has seen interest over the last several years, and it's certainly grown in strength and depth from the financial services sector, from aerospace, from technology and engineering, and particularly cited here in our economic development driver, the city of West Palm Beach. And it's also no secret that the opportunities that come with those types of sectors and services and jobs and economic development require a talent pipeline, requires enhanced educational opportunities for our students and those men and women and the next generation of leaders in those sectors. It's also well known that there has been a frustration within this county, perhaps this state, about our children becoming very educated, going to higher level graduate schools and leaving our state for larger urban centers within the United States like New York City, Boston, and out west in California. I felt as we went through the recent few years and my time in leadership on the county commission as the county mayor, and it became no surprise that Mayor James shared this vision with me, that it was time to start looking at bringing a preeminent university to the county of Palm Beach, and particularly the city of West Palm Beach. The University of Florida, the state's flagship university, trains and teaches over 56,000 students on an annual basis. It is ranked now as the top 6th university in the nation as a public university. It has over 200 research and service and education centers in the state of Florida. It has 5 graduate schools, including medical, business, and law. And it does all of this and accomplishes all this, and its over 100-year history has been centered in a very special place in my heart, and that is the city of Gainesville in Alachua County, Florida, which provides certainly many benefits to the student population. It's also evident to the University of Florida, which we'll speak about in a little bit more detail moving further, about their need to continue their climb in preeminence into the top 5 of universities in the United States, that they need to have an urban footprint in a financial sector, business sector, technology sector, and engineering. As Mayor James and I discussed the future of this city and this county together and what we could do collectively by working together, both with our boards of county commissioners and respective city commission members, that it was important for us to do everything that we could to attract a university of that caliber, that is, of the University of Florida. It was my first intention to reach out to President Fox, who is the current and very successful president of the University of Florida. But prior to his becoming the president of the University of Florida, he served as the provost of Cornell University. And during his time there, he maneuvered successfully and created Cornell Tech, a 12-acre campus in the heart of New York City that has become a very successful chapter and campus of the Ivy League Cornell University. So my first call obviously was to my dear friend, President Fox, who I've known for many years. And we had a general conversation about the future of this county and the future of this city and what we need in terms of educational opportunities to complement the 6 other institutions of higher education that we love so dearly in Palm Beach County. He was also kind enough to share with me at that time his vision for the future of the University of Florida and its continued rise in preeminence as it moves through the ranks and expands its mission and scope. And it became evident that it was his vision as well that the University of Florida's next chapter involves a growing, robust, and successful county and city like Palm Beach County and the city of West Palm Beach. It was that at that time that President Fox accepted my invitation to travel to Gainesville, to the University of Florida. I, of course, contacted my dear friend who shared my vision and shared my passion for this issue, City Mayor Keith James. And we traveled together in June to meet with the president of the University of Florida and some of his top faculty, including the Dean of College of Engineering and the Dean of College of Business. Both of those professors I knew from my past life at the University of Florida, and very excited, very passionate members of their faculty. We also met with other high-level ranking officials at the university, and we had what I would call a general conversation. We shared dinner, we shared ideas, and we shared our vision. It was at that time, I think, both Mayor James and I sort of looked at each other and decided that this was the right opportunity and right direction for us to go in. I think it was at that meeting, Mayor James, that we made a formal invitation to President Fox and the University of Florida to consider their next chapter here in Palm Beach County. We have some more details on what these conversations consist of, what our vision is here in the city of West Palm Beach. But I can tell you that a UF presence in West Palm Beach is one that offers advanced professional degrees in the fields of science, engineering, and business, and that it will attract the best and brightest students to our community, our county, and our economy. I can tell you that the University of Florida has accepted our invitation. This is simply the start of a very robust and public conversation about relocating or building these 2 colleges here in the city of West Palm Beach over the next several years, I would presume. It's certainly not final, and there's certainly a lot of work left to be done. But I think today marks the beginning of what I think is a transformational change in the city of West Palm Beach and in the future of our educational and economic opportunities here in Palm Beach County. I will have some more comments on this issue in just a moment, but I'd like to invite Mayor Keith James back to the podium for some further comments from his perspective.
Thank you, Mayor Kerner. As you can imagine, I was thrilled to get the call from Mayor Kerner when he asked me if we could partner together and meet with the University of Florida. As soon as I received that call, I was committed to doing everything that I could do as the mayor of this city to make this happen for West Palm Beach. You know, the rapid economic growth of South Florida and Palm Beach County in particular creates a compelling case for consideration. West Palm Beach's urban core and premier coastal location continue to this day to attract residents and companies alike, including corporations representing the state's growth sectors of finance, technology, business, engineering, and law. These companies have indicated a growing need to support their own growth and expansion by having innovative graduate, professional, and executive academic programs in areas such as financial technology, artificial intelligence, data analytics, and cybersecurity in their own backyard. University of Florida graduates are in increasingly high demand from the nation's leading companies. As you all know, West Palm Beach is riding a wave of economic expansion and evaluating all opportunities with a careful eye on quality of life. In this city, we are committed to investing in ways to attract high-paying jobs, exciting intellectual capital, and financial capital. We are also committed to enriching our social and cultural fabric while minimizing impacts on traffic and the environment. Weaving the University of Florida into that strategy will help us achieve our goal of providing the quality of life that we have always hoped to realize in West Palm Beach. It will be a huge win for the citizens of Palm Beach County and West Palm Beach. I deeply, sincerely want to thank the officials from the University of Florida, and especially President Kent Fox, who has been a pleasure to work with. Understanding that it's important that we act in a good faith to show our commitment to this partnership, I've called for a special meeting of the City Commission the City Commission of West Palm Beach on this Monday, August 30th at 6 p.m., whereby I will put forth to the commissioners the question of supporting this proposal and efforts to bring the University of Florida to West Palm Beach. We will have a formal meeting and take a formal vote. I'm anticipating a positive response, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. That will be a first big step to send a message of welcome and cooperation for this project to move forward. We look forward to working with Palm Beach County, the University of Florida, and the community. I also want to thank City Administrator Faye Johnson for assisting in these efforts. I plan to put my full effort toward asking our commission, our business leaders, and our community to join us in making this unique, transformational opportunity a reality. Mayor Kerner.
Thank you, Mayor James, and I share Mayor James' passion and belief that this will be a process that unfolds very smoothly with a lot of passion and excitement that will lead to approvals by the relevant jurisdictions and governments that are involved in this. But I want to reemphasize that this partnership will require the support and approval from both the Board of County Commissioners, the City of West Palm Beach Commission, and other state-level agencies such as the State University System Board of Trustees and the University of Florida's Board of Governors. The next steps then consist as follows, and as part of this partnership, I've worked very closely with the County Administrator, Mrs. Virginia Baker, who's been very helpful and excited and passionate, as I have been, about this potential relationship. I want to thank her in particular. Certainly I haven't been able and cannot speak to my members or my colleagues on the Board of County Commissioners, but I have asked that Virginia Baker place on the next agenda, which will be August 31st, next Tuesday, to consider the same proposals and same agenda items in similar form and fashion as will be on the agenda for the City of West Palm Beach on August 30th. This is a rare opportunity for Palm Beach County to benefit from a second public university, one that complements and enriches our current education ecosystem in ways that will position us to be irresistible to the types of companies that economic development partners work so hard to attract, like the Business Development Board and our respective units of economic and business development at the government level. The potential ripple effect is expansive, and our citizens will benefit greatly by bringing an esteemed and preeminent university such as the University of Florida to Palm Beach County and the City of West Palm Beach. I'm delighted to inform you that President Fox and his senior staff will be at these two public hearings that are on August 30th and August 31st to present to the respective boards and commissions as necessary and needed to get those approvals. And they'll be there to answer any questions, and certainly can answer questions that both Mayor James and I are not in a position to answer today, although we will be taking questions on our role and the government's role here in Palm Beach County and the City of West Palm Beach. I want to thank the University of Florida President Kent Fox for being receptive to this invitation and being open to it and accepting this invitation to explore a potential relationship between the University of Florida and our community. In closing, today I believe marks the formal invitation and initiation of what can be and what I believe will be a transformational paradigm shift of the future of education and economic activity in Palm Beach County. There is no doubt a need for a talent pipeline for these emerging and very exciting business and careers and opportunities between the financial sector services, engineering, aerospace. But with that comes the need for our communities to collectively capture and create an opportunity pipeline for our students and our next generation of leaders and our families here in Palm Beach County. I can think of no better way than by inviting, and establishing a university with a preeminence such as University of Florida here in our home community, here in West Palm Beach. It's an effort that I'm very proud of, and I know I share that pride with Mayor Keith James And I do believe we share this pride with our respective elected leaders in this county, in this city, and with the community at large. And at this time, we're happy to take any questions.
Mayor Kerner, are there other communities in Florida that are possible places where UF might open up what sounds like it's going to be like satellite campus type situation? Are there other communities that are essentially competing with West Palm Beach and Palm Beach County?
Well, I think it would be not in their best interest to not advocate and try to attract the University of Florida to their communities, whatever communities those may be. I can only speak on behalf of the county and the city that we are moving aggressively and with purpose to ensure that whatever their considerations and whatever their options are, and I'm sure they are broad, that they end up selecting Palm Beach County and the city of West Palm Beach.
So you do think that there may be other places out there where they might go if they don't come here?
Well, I think it would be a natural extension of their vision to expand their urban footprint. We talked a little bit about their rural footprint in Gainesville. I think for the next chapter they have to have an urban footprint. I cannot speak on their behalf, but I can tell you that the city of West Palm Beach specifically meets every criteria that was communicated to us in our initial and ongoing conversations. But I would have to defer you to President Fox and the University of Florida on what other options they may be examining at this time.
Let me interject. You used the term satellite campus, and I do want to clarify what we're talking about here, at least from the conversations we've had with President Fox and the deans, is programs for graduate students, professional students, and executives. This is not another undergraduate campus, all right? So they're looking to put together some very tailored, targeted programs for graduate programs, professionals, and executives. So that's what we're looking at.
Okay, so this would be its own campus, similar to what we see in University of North Carolina with individual schools that are part of the university system, or a satellite. Just if you could clarify the type of campus that you're looking to build.
Well, again, these are questions that can best be answered by the university as they start looking at their site plan. We have identified some land actually in West Palm Beach, a number of acres, and if all dominoes fall into place, as we expect they will, the county owns some land, the city owns some land, and there are some private individuals that own some land. We should be able to aggregate 12 to 14 acres, and what they will build in that 12 to 14 acres will be up to the university, if that answers your question. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, the only thing that I would add to that question is certainly the programmatic decisions about education and what type of facilities and programs would be in West Palm Beach would be up to the university. Certainly we would have our input, but they are the university, they make those decisions. But what I can tell you is that in our conversations, and being as candid as possible with the public and the press here today, that their vision does include things like the colleges of engineering, the colleges of business, with resident and student housing contained within those footprints. So I can tell you that it is not, I don't think a satellite campus is a fair way to put it. I don't want to speak on behalf of the University of Florida, but it would be a vertically integrated, fully embracing college at the graduate level in very specific program areas that would be able to accommodate and house transitional housing students, professors, visiting professors, and executives that aren't in a degree program but want to continue their executive level education.
Beyond, this is for either of you, perhaps both of you, beyond the conferring of publicly owned land that the city and the county owns, do either of you anticipate that local taxpayers, West Palm Beach taxpayers, Palm Beach County taxpayers, will end up having to pay to essentially entice UF to come and have a presence in this county? Will there be outlays, taxpayer outlays, beyond the land that's necessary to allow them to build upon?
I'll take the first crack at that question from the perspective of the county, and I think that's one of the emerging values of the University of Florida is their history and their financial ability and commitment to come to an urban footprint area like the city of West Palm Beach and not ask for those incentives. I haven't had those discussions about incentives. Certainly Mayor James referred to the possible transfer of interest in land here in West Palm Beach, but certainly there has not been a conversation about any tax incentives or public monies to attract them here. I think they're just as attracted to us as we are as to them. And I have not made that request on behalf of the board or to the Board of County Commissioners for public funds to even be considered.
And let me also confirm that, no, I'm not anticipating the city having to pay any funds, any incentives to make this happen. The only ask that has come to us thus far is whether we would donate the land that's in the area of our city. And so that is the issue that will be discussed at the public meeting, the special meeting on Monday. And yes, as Mayor Kerner did say, Dr. Fox will be there, President Fox. We expect him to be there at the meeting on Monday evening, able to address and answer any questions that our commissioners, city commission, might have. And I think he's going to be there at the county commission meeting the next day. But no, this is not something where the city is looking to pay, use any taxpayer funds. Where's the property located? What are the boundaries? It's in, who can help me with the actual boundaries? It's where the American Red Cross, is that the American Red Cross, old American Red Cross building is? There's like a 3 or 4 block area that's parking lots and really is not being used for anything. So we'll activate that part of our downtown. It's near downtown where there's a lot of activity going on. It's near Rosemary Square. It's an ideal location. I mean, if we had sat down 100 years ago and said, where would we put something like this? We probably would have identified this area. So the stars are aligning, but there's still work to do, and we're rolling up our sleeves to get that work done.
And if the stars continue to align, when could we potentially see this open if we see clearance from the university side and through the special meeting?
Now you're really looking for me to look in my crystal ball, right? I couldn't even begin to answer that because a lot of it will be as to how it's going to be financed and how long it's going to take the University of Florida to raise the dollars, what their construction plans are. Obviously, we would be excited if we could just get to the point where they said yes, accepted the land, which means that they were willing to move ahead, and then the time schedule is going to be up to them. From the conversations we've had, they are as excited, and I think Mayor Kerner alluded to it, they're as excited about this possibility as we are. I think they see something, and I'm going to be very selfish, they see something special about West Palm Beach and about the activity that's been happening in our city, and certainly by extension Palm Beach County. There's something unique about this area, South Florida, Palm Beach County, West Palm Beach, that really has gotten on their radar.
Mayor, there are other universities here, other colleges here, and essentially inviting, the flagship university to have a presence in their midst. What feedback, if any, have you gotten from them? Are they thrilled or are they less than thrilled?
Well, I haven't had any conversations directly with any of those universities. We have some very fine universities here in West Palm Beach. I think it will be a win-win. First of all, this is not an undergraduate programs that are being designed. This will give their students who are coming out with undergraduate degrees an opportunity now to feed into some graduate programs right in their backyard. Also, you can't lose sight of the fact of the nature of the companies that are now looking to move to West Palm Beach. So not only will you have an institution, or a world-renowned institution that could provide you with some graduate level courses, you also have internationally renowned companies that are going to be located here within blocks of where these folks may have gotten their degrees. So I think it's a win-win. I've not had any conversations. It's important to note that, University of Florida has programs in all 67 counties around this state. But again, the emphasis is not on competing with undergraduate programs. Graduate, executive learning, and professional schools, which these students can feed into, and it will only enhance their attractiveness to the companies that are moving here from a job standpoint. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that at all.
I certainly think that Mayor James described what we think the relationship would be between the various universities here in Palm Beach County. There are 6 other ones already that we all hold in high regard. I think each particular university has its own chapter and its own focus that they're embracing, and this is a different focus. This, like the mayor said, this is a graduate level in business and engineering and emerging technologies, artificial intelligence. And I can't imagine, I haven't, like the mayor, I haven't spoken with any other university leaders about this effort. This is literally the first time that outside of the University of Florida and the senior administration at the 2 city and county governments that anyone's really heard of this, I believe, or became aware of it. I think that was the point of today. So perhaps there will be some feedback and reaction from our partners in education, but I can't imagine that any educational institution would not be excited about enhanced educational opportunities in very specific graduate level areas, and I hope that's the response that we get.
Any other questions? All right.
Well, thank you very much. I'll just do a very quick closing. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for considering this and putting out to your viewers the potential opportunity to have the University of Florida here in Palm Beach County. Mayor James and I share a passion for what it is we're working on, and we do think that this could be the start of an incredible chapter here in Palm Beach County, and likewise the city of West Palm Beach. Thank you, Mayor James, for your time and your effort here today. Thank
and
you.
yes, in case you were wondering, the color of the suit is intentional. If you know anything about Gator colors, okay.
Yes, this is the tie. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, my friend. Happy birthday.